Today is Thursday, November 28, 2024, otherwise known as Thanksgiving Day. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thanksgiving out there so far. Here are the top three weather stories we're keeping track of. The coldest air this far of the season is coming, and it's coming in a big way here over the upcoming holiday weekend. A significant northeast snowstorm is in the maps as well, and we're going to be going over all the data here in this video. Long range, we're also looking at the early December pattern as we are approaching meteorological winter here, and meteorological winter begins Sunday, December 1st. So let's look here at our temperatures this Thanksgiving morning, and you can see the freezing line all the way south here into Oklahoma City, Tulsa, getting close to the St. Louis region, and all the way up here toward Grand Rapids, Michigan. That is where we see that freezing line. Behind that, to the north and west, into the upper Midwest, much of the northern, the central plains, back there toward the western United States here, the Intermountain West, those temperatures are well below freezing. In fact, some areas even up here into Canada are below zero with your temperatures this morning. And here we go into the afternoon. Here's what you can expect. A little bit of some warming. We have the 40s out there for the central and southern plains. We have 40s out here with some upper 30s mixed in across the Ohio Valley up there toward the northeast. And then into the northern United States like the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, we're going to see temperatures in the teens and the 20s this afternoon, and that's all we'll be able to muster. Now let's take a look here at the weather alerts across the Northeast. In the purples, those are winter weather advisories where we're at least expecting a couple inches worth of accumulating snow. In the pinks, this takes up residence along a lot of areas there in Maine, back into New Hampshire, Vermont, and upstate New York. That's where we anticipate the most significant snowfall. Those are winter storm warnings. So looking here at what the radar is looking like this morning, we got some wet snowflakes, possibly some moderate to heavy pockets of snow across New York State, back into northern Pennsylvania. Notice it's all rain here from Boston down into Hartford, New York City. So unfortunately, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is going to be pretty rainy as we go into the morning hours. That will continue into the afternoon. The snowfall will start to move in across portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, and western Maine, and that will continue across upstate New York through the afternoon. Notice though, Boston, Hartford, down here into Rhode Island as well, and then Long Island all remains rainfall, and coastal Maine remains rain during the afternoon hours. And then as we go into tonight, we start to see that rain line start to back off here off the coast. So we could see some snowflakes in coastal Maine. Areas that saw rain most of the day could start to see snowflakes as we go deeper into the evening and overnight hours. But by then, the moisture will move out, so not much accumulating snow for coastal Maine. But here are the snow totals of which we expect over the next 24 hours or so. A lot of this is going to be falling in Maine. In some areas could see over a foot of snow here into Maine, back into New Hampshire, a few inches into portions of Vermont as well. And then portions of central and northern New York, or what you call upstate New York, we could see a few inches of snow here as we go through your Friday morning time frame. At first, the snowfall will be on grassy surfaces, then we'll start to see slushy and then snow-covered roads. So make sure if you do live in the Northeast, there are going to be some minor, moderate travel inconveniences from Maine all the way back southwestward into Pennsylvania. So make sure to leave plenty of time before your destination as we go through Friday. Now, beyond the system, we're going to be talking about a lot of cold air, and the coldest of which we've seen this season, and this is going to be dumping down from Canada into the central and eastern United States post Thanksgiving here on Friday. That'll continue into the holiday weekend on Saturday as we round out meteorological fall and start meteorological winter here on Sunday. That cold air is going nowhere except into the eastern United States. So our temperatures are going to be tumbling for the holiday weekend. And how much will they be tumbling? Well, here are your highs on Friday afternoon. We're into the single digits and teens here up across the north, so areas like Minneapolis, St. Paul may not reach 20 as we go into Friday. 9 degrees up here into the Bismarck region, so very, very cold Friday afternoon. That'll continue Saturday afternoon as well as Sunday afternoon. So we're going to see multiple days here of some winter-like temperatures across the north, and these winter-like temperatures will also lead to some lake effect snowfall here. These lake effect snow bands are definitely going to be alive and prevalent through the holiday weekend because you have the warm lake waters and then you have the cold temperatures aloft in the atmosphere. That creates a temperature inversion, and that temperature temperature inversion creates cloud cover and thus snow showers here for Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday, and likely even beyond this point as well. But just to show you that 3-day period, yeah, we could be seeing a couple feet of snow with the heaviest of lake effect snow bands. And a lot of those will be across the upper peninsula of Michigan, western lower Michigan, here into northeastern Ohio, extreme northwestern Pennsylvania, western New York, such as the Buffalo area, Watertown, New York, something to keep an eye on. This goes through Monday, December 2nd. Let's look here at early portions of December. The first 10 days of the month are absolutely going to be below normal across the east. In fact, the northeast could be the recipient of the coldest below normal temperatures that could be 12, 15, even 20 degrees below normal the first 10 days of the month of December, and we're going to be leaning above normal out west as a ridge starts to develop as we go through the first 10 days of the month. Now, looking at precipitation, looks pretty active up here in Canada. That's that cross-polar flow. We're going to have the northwesterly jet stream from Canada down across the Great Lakes into the northeast. This will bring clipper systems, typically with lighter snow, but also the lake effect snow machine will still be on during the first 10 days of the month. So we're seeing that going nowhere. And then pretty dry down here into the southeast. Maybe a little bit of a slug of moisture for the Lone Star State of Texas down here into Louisiana, and eastern Mexico may start to see that. That's kind of some tropical moisture. Really not seeing anything with the tropics like hurricanes or anything like that, but just some moisture down here for the Houston area, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, maybe even as far north as the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the 10-day period there of December. Now, with snowfall further north, here's the probability of seeing an inch or more of snow during that first 10 days of the month of December. And notice it's pretty high up here toward the Great Lakes in the northern part of the United States, the northeast, mainly interior northeast as we go through the first 10 days. Here's the probability of 3 inches or more. And notice that's really kind of hugging those areas of the Great Lakes and up into southeastern Canada. And obviously the probability of 6+ inches is really not there unless you're into those lake effect snow bands, or maybe that snowstorm here Thanksgiving Day, and then into potentially early on December, we could see maybe another snowstorm trying to fire up somewhere from Maine back down through Pennsylvania. Something to keep an eye on there. So overall, here's your snowfall forecast for the first 10 days of the month. And notice it's confined to the upper Midwest, more so the Great Lakes with that lake effect snow machine, and then maybe a couple other snowstorms trying to gather up here across interior northeast. Otherwise, it's all Canada with most of that snow. Otherwise, here we're just seeing mountainous areas out west, the Cascades, the Sierras, and the Rockies seeing some snow during the first 10 days of the month of December. Thank you all for watching. Like the video down below, and it's important to check back often for more updates. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell so you're notified for future videos. Hope everybody has a great turkey day out there. Eat lots of turkey. Have a wonderful rest of your Thanksgiving.